My ex is coming to stay for a week. If you're uncomfortable, you can go to a hotel, my girlfriend declared. I replied, "That's thoughtful of you." Then I booked myself a suite for the week and hired movers to put all my belongings in storage. She came home to an empty apartment. I, 31 male, am currently sitting in a hotel suite that costs more per night than my car payment. And I've never felt more clear. My girlfriend, well, ex-girlfriend now, I guess, is probably just getting home from her yoga studio. She's about to find our apartment significantly lighter. Her ex-boyfriend Dominic is flying in this afternoon. He's the catalyst for all this. And she's about to discover that his crash pad has been downgraded from a fully furnished 2-bedroom to a hardwood floor. It happened 3 days ago. I was in the kitchen, making a pour-over, and Fiona, 29, was scrolling through her phone, looking breezy. We've been together for 2 years, living together for 1.5 in her apartment. I say her apartment because the lease is in her name, but I've paid my 50% on the dot since day one, and I brought about 80% of the actual stuff into it. The good sofa, the 75-inch TV, the high-end kitchen gear, my entire WFH setup, and the tank, my 150-gallon custom-built paludarium. It's a massive, living piece of art, half rainforest, half aquarium, with dart frogs and rare orchids. It's my pride and joy, and it cost a fortune. Theo, hey, I forgot to tell you, Dom is flying in on Monday. He's going to crash here for a week or so. I stopped pouring. Dominic is the ex, the one she grew up with, the one who is like a brother, the one who still texts her good night, which she swears is just a time zone thing. Crashing? Where? On the sofa? Yeah, obviously, it's just for a week. He's going through some stuff. It's not a big deal. Me babe, a week? I'm not really comfortable with your ex-boyfriend sleeping in our living room for 7 days. Can't he get a hotel? The eye roll. The one I'm so tired of. Oh my God, Julian, don't be like this. He's just Dom. He's broke right now. His startup failed. It's just platonic. We're friends. I understand that, but it's our home. It's a boundary. She let out this huge put-upon sigh. She put her phone down and gave me the "you're a difficult child" look. Fiona, look, he's coming. It's my apartment, and I said my friend can stay. If you're going to be uncomfortable or weird about it, you can just go to a hotel for the week. Or stay at your brother's. I don't care. I just don't want your energy messing up his visit. I just stared at her. If you're uncomfortable, you can go to a hotel. She suggested I leave my home, that I pay to be displaced, so her ex-boyfriend could be comfortable, so my energy wouldn't mess up his visit. It was like a switch flipped. All the little compromises, the eye rolls, the "you're being paranoid" comments, they all just clicked into place. This wasn't a partnership. I was just the guy who paid for things and lived there. I smiled. A small, tight smile. Me, you know what, Fiona? That's incredibly thoughtful of you. I think I'll do that. I don't want to be in the way. She beamed, like I just solved her problem. Great. See? Easy. He lands Monday around 3 p.m. I'm picking him up after my 1 p.m. class. She kissed my cheek and went to get ready for the gym. Easy. The next 3 days were a blur of logistics. I am a project manager. I am good at logistics. Hotel. I didn't book a Holiday Inn. I booked a 10-day stay at an executive residence suite. Kitchen, king bed, twice weekly housekeeping. It's expensive, but I've been saving. I booked it starting Monday morning. Movers. I called a high-end moving company that specializes in rapid moves and delicate items. I explained I needed to be out in 1 4-hour window. Monday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Fiona leaves for her yoga studio at 7:30 a.m. and doesn't get back until 1 p.m. It was perfect. I paid a premium for the rush job and the specialty team for the paludarium. Storage. I booked a 10 by 20 climate-controlled storage unit. The gift. I went to a big box store and bought the most expensive queen-sized air mattress they had, the kind with the built-in pump. I also bought a new set of sheets and a pillow. A little housewarming gift. I spent the weekend quietly packing my personal effects, my clothes, my toiletries, my documents. Fiona was busy texting, getting the place ready for Dom. She cleaned the guest bathroom. She bought his favorite snacks. She didn't notice me packing my DOP kit. She was too excited. This morning at 7:31 a.m., she left. At 8 a.m. the truck arrived. The crew was amazing. They were fast. They wrapped the sofa, the chairs, my standing desk, my entire WFH setup, including 3 monitors, the 75-inch TV, the sound system, the nice cookware, my espresso machine, the good knives. The last thing to go was the paludarium. It took 4 guys, and it was stressful, but they got it out without a crack. By 11:45 a.m., the apartment was empty. I left her stuff, her rickety old bookshelf, her bed. I took my mattress, left her old one, her clothes, her yoga mats. In the center of the vast, empty living room, I placed the box with the new air mattress. On top, I left a note. Fiona, per your suggestion, I've gone to a hotel so as not to mess up your visit with Dominic. I took my things so they wouldn't be in your way or make me uncomfortable. Have a great week. Julian. I took a final look around. The silence was wonderful. I'm now in my suite. I just had a very quiet, very sane lunch. My phone says it's 1:05 p.m. Any second now. And there it is. Fiona Julian. Where is the TV? Fiona. What is going on? This isn't funny. Where is all my stuff? Julian, answer me. Dominic is landing in an hour. Where is the sofa? You took the tank? My lizard tank? They're dart frogs, but whatever. She's calling again. I'm going to let it go to voicemail. I think I'll order a drink from room service. Update 1. It's been 24 hours. I am exhausted, but also vindicated. The sheer weapons-grade entitlement is something to behold. So after her initial barrage of texts, 32 texts, 14 missed calls, she finally left a voicemail. It was unhinged. We're talking screaming. Julian, you thief. You stole everything. Dominic is here and we're sitting on the floor. He thinks I'm some kind of loser. You did this to humiliate me. You bring my stuff back. You bring it back right now. Her stuff. Interesting. I didn't reply. I was busy sipping an old-fashioned and watching my much smaller hotel TV. The real fun started around 8 p.m. last night. She must have had a few drinks with Dom. A new number texts me. Unknown. Hey man, this is Dominic. Fiona's really upset. Look, I don't know what your problem is, but you've really screwed up her place. She's embarrassed. Can you just bring the TV and the sofa back tonight? We want to watch the game. The audacity, the unmitigated gall. He's the guest in my home that I'm not in, and he's demanding I return my possessions for his entertainment. Me? Who is this? It's Dom? Her friend? Ah, the guest. Listen, Dominic. Everything you're not sitting on belongs to me. I've moved out. Per Fiona's suggestion, she has an air mattress for you. I bought it myself. Enjoy. What? She said you were just being weird and went to a hotel. She didn't say you left. She told me to go to a hotel if I was uncomfortable. I was, so I left, permanently, and I took my property. Have a good visit. This is messed up. You can't just leave her like that. Blocked. Then my phone rings. It's Fiona. I'm an idiot. I figured I should just get it over with. Hello? Julian, you talked to Dom? You're leaving me? Like, leaving? Yes, Fiona, you told me to leave my home for your ex. I'm not going to be a backup plan while you two catch up, I'm out. But my stuff. You took my stuff. You took the espresso machine. You took the good pans. You took the sofa. I helped pick out that sofa. Me, you picked it out. I paid for it. I have the $3,200 receipt. It's my sofa. The espresso machine was a gift from my brother. The pans were mine. And the tank. You know how much I loved that tank. You called the frogs lizards 5 minutes ago. I have the $4,000 receipt for the custom build. It's mine. All of it is. There was a pause. I could hear Dominic muttering in the background. Ask him about the deposit. The movers, they scuffed the walls, all down the hallway, and the floor. You're going to lose me my security deposit. You have to pay for that. You owe me. Me, I'm paid up on my half of the rent until the 1st of next month. The moving company is fully insured. Send me a professional painter's quote and a flooring estimate for the actual damages, and I will forward it to their insurance claim department. That's how professionals handle it. A quote? I don't have time for a quote. I have a guest here. He's sleeping on an air mattress, Julian. An air mattress. A very nice one with a built-in pump. I bought it for him. You're welcome. I hate you. You're a financial abuser. You took my furniture. I took my furniture. You seem confused about the difference. Goodbye, Fiona. I hung up. My hands were shaking. Not from fear. Just adrenaline. The sheer entitlement. They genuinely 100% believed that their right to have a comfortable reunion superseded my right to my own property. They thought I'd just fund it. This morning, I woke up to a new stream of texts. She's now claiming I stole her laptop. Her old crappy laptop was on my desk in my office setup. The movers, in their efficiency, packed the entire desk contents. Whoops, it's in a box in my storage unit. You stole my laptop. That's theft. I'm calling the police. Fiona, it was packed by mistake with my office equipment. I have it. I am apartment hunting today, but I can leave it with the concierge at my hotel. You can pick it up from the front desk this evening. You will have to show ID. The concierge? You're not even gonna meet me? And you're apartment hunting? So you're serious? This is all because of Dom? I told you he's just a friend. You are the most insecure, petty, controlling man I have ever met. I didn't reply. I've already found a new place, a 1-bedroom, all mine. I'm signing the lease tomorrow. She can pick up her laptop whenever. But she's not getting my new address. Update 2. It's been a week. I've moved into my new apartment. The movers were again fantastic. The paludarium is set up in my new living room. The frogs are happy, and the sound of the waterfall is the only drama I'm dealing with. The hotel stay was nice, but expensive. I'm glad to be in my own space. The fallout with Fiona has escalated. The entitlement has gone critical. First, the laptop pickup. She showed up at my hotel. I'd left it with the front desk, just as I said. I was in the lobby bar, working on my own laptop, and saw her come in. She went to the desk. The concierge asked for her ID. Fiona, I'm here to pick up a package from Julian. Yes, ma'am. May I see your ID, please? Fiona, through gritted teeth. It's just a laptop. He knows I'm coming. Policy, ma'am. I can't release a package without ID. She was fuming. She clearly expected me to be there, groveling, begging her to take me back. She shot a look around the lobby, saw me, and her eyes narrowed. She shoved her driver's license at the concierge, snatched the laptop bag, and stormed over to my table. So this is it? You hide behind a concierge? I wasn't hiding. I was efficient. You got your laptop. You're welcome. Dominic left. Oh? That's a shame. Did he not enjoy the air mattress? He left because you made it so uncomfortable. He said our situation was too chaotic. You ruined it. He was going to help me with my new business idea. His startup failed. How is he going to help you? He has connections. You don't know him. You just destroyed everything. And for what? Because you're jealous? I finally looked up. I closed my laptop. I'm not jealous, Fiona. I'm just done. You told me, your partner, to leave my home so your ex could stay. You didn't ask. You told me. And you suggested I pay for the privilege. That's not a partnership. That's a landlady and a very stupid tenant. And I'm not a tenant anymore. But the tears started. Real ones this time. I can't afford the apartment by myself, Julian. You know that. The rent, you have to come back. No, I don't. Then you have to pay. You owe me. For the furniture. It was our furniture. You can't just take it. I did take it. It's in my new apartment. It looks great, by the way. I have the receipts, Fiona. All of them. You're not on my bank account. We're not married. It's my property. She just stared at me, her face crumbling. The entitlement was being replaced by sheer, cold panic. You owe me $2,500 for new furniture, or I'm taking you to small claims court. Go ahead. I'll see you there. Bring your proof that you paid for anything. Now I have work to do. You should probably go figure out your rent. She thought that was the end of it. Oh, I was naive. 2 days later I get a call. Unknown number. I'm smart now. I let it go to voicemail. The voicemail, it's not Fiona. It's her mother. Sharon. Julian, this is Sharon, Fiona's mother. I am appalled. I am just hearing about what you've done to my daughter. You abandoned her. You stole all her possessions and left her in an empty apartment to be evicted. What kind of a man does that? She is sobbing. You have broken her heart and you've left her homeless. You call me back. You call me back and you tell me how you're going to fix this. She genuinely thinks I'm gonna fix this. I didn't call back. This resulted in a pincer movement. Her mother started calling my mother. My mom, who is a sweet, retired librarian, was suddenly getting calls from this hysterical woman, Sharon, screaming about how her son was a thief and a cruel financial abuser. My mom called me, confused. Julian, honey? What is going on? A woman named Sharon keeps calling me saying you stole furniture? I had to explain the whole thing. My mom was quiet for a long time. My mom, oh dear. Well, she sounds like a piece of work. You did the right thing, honey. Don't you dare give them a dime. My mom then blocked Sharon's number. Fiona must have realized the family attack wasn't working, so she tried one last, desperate, dirty trick. I got an email from the landlord of my old apartment, subject notice of lease violation and damages. My heart stopped. I opened it. It was
I had to stand there in my pajamas and explain to two very tired cops that I was perfectly fine. Me. Officers, my ex-fiancée and her mother are retaliating against me because I sold my own property. Cop. Sir, we have to ask, are you feeling like you want to harm yourself? Me? No, I'm feeling like I want to drink my coffee. I'm in the middle of a work call. Here's my lawyer's card. Please add this to the growing file of harassment. They left, apologizing for the bother. It was mortifying. Dirty trick number 2, the business call. Celeste, true to her word, tried to get me fired. She didn't know who my boss was, so she just called the main line of my company. She got Barb, our receptionist, who has worked for my family for 25 years and basically co-raised me. Celeste, screaming, I need to speak to Leo's manager. He is mentally unstable and a corporate liability. Barb, in her signature deadpan, Leo doesn't have a manager, dear. He owns the company. This is Precision Dynamics. You've reached Barb. How can I help you? Celeste, what? Barb. He signs the checks. My check, in fact. Now, you're tying up a business line. Is this a professional call or what's the word? Personal one. Celeste apparently just hung up. Barb called me right after. So, that's what's going on. Want me to start forwarding all her calls to that fancy lawyer of yours? Yes, Barb, please. Dirty trick number 3, the ambush. This was the worst. I had to go to my old bank branch to finalize some paperwork related to the old house's utilities. As I'm walking out, Brenda jumps out from behind a pillar. Leo, you can't ignore us forever. I almost dropped my briefcase. Brenda, you're not supposed to be contacting me. Don't you hide behind your lawyers. You have ruined my daughter. She can't eat. She can't sleep. She is living out of boxes in my guest room. I paid for storage, Brenda. That was her choice. You humiliated her. You did this performance, just to make her feel small. No, I did this because she told me I wasn't on her financial level, and I was tired of being looked down on in my own home. You raised her to believe that. This is the consequence. Now, please excuse me. I tried to walk past. She grabbed my arm. You owe her. You owe her for her time. 4 years she gave you. 4 years she could have been finding someone appropriate. Someone on her level, I finished. I pulled my arm away. Don't touch me. Don't come to my business. Don't call the cops on me. Tell Celeste her lawyer can talk to my lawyer. That's it. We're done. I walked away while she was still yelling. It's not over. We will get what she deserves. This is so much worse than I thought. They're not just entitled. They're broken. They genuinely believe they are the victims here. My lawyer is now filing for a restraining order. Update at 3. Hello again. It's been about a month. The restraining order was granted after the bank ambush and the phony welfare check. Brenda and Celeste are legally required to stay 500 feet away from me, my home, and my place of business. This, of course, has not stopped them. It has just made them dumber. The main event of this update isn't a dirty trick. It's the pivot. After a month of her lawyer getting absolutely nowhere, because again she has no case, Celeste apparently decided a new strategy was in order. The restraining order means she can't contact me, but it doesn't mean her friends can't. I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. Leo, it's Madison, Celeste's maid of honor. Listen, I know you're mad, but Celeste is a wreck. She misses you. She told me what she said, and she knows it was stupid. She was just stressed. Can't you just talk to her? I sent it to Ms. Alvarez. She advised me to ignore it, a clear attempt to bypass the court order. Then, 2 days later, I get a call from Mark, my supposed best friend, who was supposed to be my best man. Mark: Hey, Leo. Man, this is a whole mess. Me: Mark, good to hear from you. Been quiet. Mark: Yeah, well, listen, I had dinner with Celeste. My blood went cold. You, what? Mark: Just hear me out. She reached out. She's devastated. She told me everything about your company, the inheritance. Leo, why didn't you tell me? Me: It's my business, Mark. It's not who I am, or I thought it wasn't. Mark: Well, that's the thing. Celeste gets it now. She sees the full picture. She was just acting out because she was insecure about her finances, trying to, fake it till you make it. She loves you, dude. She's just ambitious. You should admire that. Me: She told me I wasn't on her level, Mark. She and her mother humiliated me. They harassed me. They called the cops on me. Mark: They were panicking. You pulled the rug out. What did you expect? Look, she's willing to go to counseling. She'll do whatever it takes. She just wants her life back. Your life. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. He'd been completely turned. Me: Mark, did she or Brenda offer you something? Mark: What? No, dude, that's low. Me: Is it? Brenda cornered me at my bank. Celeste tried to get me fired. They're not panicking. They're manipulative. And now you're their puppet. Tell Celeste. No, don't tell her anything. I'm disappointed in you, Mark. I hung up. But the grand finale, the revenge part you've all been waiting for.
My fiancé announced at dinner, I've decided we need a prenup. Everything stays separate. I smiled, perfect timing. Then I revealed I'd already withdrawn my name from the house deposit we'd just made. Her parents' faces when they realized their daughter just lost $50. I, 32 male, am sitting in my apartment, boxes of wedding stuff in the corner that'll never be used, actually feeling relieved. The last 2 weeks have been insane, and I need to get this off my chest. Been with Isabel, 30 for 3 years, Yiz, engaged for 6 months. She works in fashion and marketing, makes about $65K. I'm a software engineer, pull in around $140K. Not bragging, just context for what comes next. We'd been house hunting for months, finally found the perfect place last month. Needed work, but great bones, amazing neighborhood. Purchase price, $420K. We'd agreed to put down 20% to avoid PMI. That's 84Ks. Here's the split we agreed on. I'd cover 50K saved for years, she'd do 34K. Her parents were gifting her 30K, she had 4K saved. We'd own it proportionally, 60-40 based on our deposit contribution. Seemed fair. Signed the purchase agreement 2 weeks ago. Deposit was due in escrow within 10 days. I transferred my 50K immediately. Isabel said she was finalizing the transfer from her parents. Cool, no rush, we had time. Then came dinner at her parents' place last Sunday. Her mom, Lorraine, had made this whole fancy spread. Her dad, Harold, opened expensive wine. Should have known something was up. Halfway through dinner, Isabel clinked her glass. So I've been thinking about our future, and I've made a decision. Thought she was about to announce wedding venue details or something. Nope. I think we need a prenup. Everything stays separate. What's mine is mine. What's yours is yours. Clean and simple. I put down my fork. Okay, let's talk about it. Harold jumped in. Smart girl. No offense, Ryan, but protecting assets is just good business. No offense taken. I understand the concept. Isabel smiled. That smile she does when she thinks she's being clever. I knew you'd understand. You're so logical. We'll keep our finances separate, file taxes separately, and if anything happens, God forbid, we each leave with what we brought. Including the house? I asked. Well, no, the house would be joint. We're both on the deed, but I'm putting in 50 Qley and you're putting in 34K. Right, but once we're married, it's marital property. 50-50. The audacity. She wanted separation when it protected her, but joint ownership when it benefited her. Interesting timing, I said. When did you decide this? Oh, I've been thinking about it for weeks. Becca's divorce was so messy, you know. I want to avoid that drama. Weeks. She'd been planning this for weeks, while I was transferring 50 Qley. Actually, I said, pulling out my phone, this is perfect timing. What do you mean? Well, since you want everything separate, I went ahead and withdrew my name from the house purchase yesterday. Dead silence. Lorraine spoke first. What do you mean, withdrew? Called the escrow company, explained I was no longer proceeding with the purchase. Since Isabel hadn't deposited her portion yet and we're not married, I was able to withdraw my funds. The 50K is back in my account. Isabel's face went white. You can't do that. Did it yesterday. Here's the confirmation email. Harold's voice got tight. But we already transferred the money to Isabel. Then she can proceed with the purchase solo. Her credit, her funds, her house, clean and simple, right? I can't get approved for 420K on my salary. Isabel's voice was rising. Then find a cheaper house. But we already signed. We signed. Now it's just you. I formally withdrew. You have 72 hours to complete the deposit or you lose the house and the 5K earnest money. Lorraine stood up. This is manipulation. No, this is exactly what Isabel asked for. Separate finances. I'm respecting her wishes. Isabel was doing the math in her head. I need your $50. The loan was approved based on both our incomes. But you just said, what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. That's after we're married. Oh, so you want my money now, but protection from my debts later? Harold tried the authority voice. Young man, you're going to fix this. No, I'm not. Isabel wants financial independence. She's got it. Isabel started crying. The seller will sue us. They'll sue you. My name's off everything. Your signature is still on the purchase agreement. The room exploded. Lorraine calling me selfish. Harold threatening legal action. In a rough, Isabel ugly crying about her dream house. I stood up. Thanks for dinner. Isabel, let me know what you decide about the house. You have about 68 hours left. Left them there and drove home. Phone blew up immediately. 39 texts in an hour. Didn't read them. Here's the kicker. I found out later from a mutual friend that Isabel had been bragging to her girlfriends about her brilliant prenup plan. How she'd get me to pay for most of the house, but keep her family money protected. She'd literally called me a wallet with a ring. Well, this wallet just closed. Update 1. The desperation has reached comedy levels. First, the house situation imploded. Isabel couldn't get approved for a 420K loan on her 65K salary. She tried everything. Different banks, mortgage brokers, even hard money lenders. Best she could get approved for was 200 Qley. She lost the house. And the $5 earnest money. Her parents were furious. Not at her, of course. At me. Harold actually showed up at my office building Monday morning. You cost us $35,000. The 30K gift, plus the 5K earnest money. I cost you nothing. I withdrew from a purchase before marriage, which is my right. You knew she couldn't afford it alone. Then maybe she should have thought about that before demanding separate finances. This isn't what she meant. It's exactly what she said. I have it in text, showed him her message. Everything separate, clean and simple. What's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. He actually tried to grab my phone. Security got involved. He was escorted out. Tuesday, Isabel sent her friend Jade to negotiate. We met at a coffee shop. She's willing to compromise, Jade said. How about a prenup but the house is joint? How is that a compromise? That's exactly what she originally wanted. No, she's giving up some things, like she'll share streaming accounts. I actually laughed. Streaming accounts? She wants my 50 guy for a house, but offers Netflix access? You're being unreasonable. I'm being consistent. Separate means separate. She loves you. She called me a wallet with a ring. Jade's face went red. Who told you that? Doesn't matter. What matters is it's true, isn't it? She couldn't deny it, just mumbled about jokes between girls. Wednesday, Isabel tried the nuclear option, posted on social media about how her dream home was stolen by someone who couldn't handle a strong, independent woman protecting herself. The comments didn't go how she expected. Wait, you wanted a prenup but also wanted him to pay more for the house? Girl, that math ain't mathing. You wanted separate finances but joint property? Make it make sense. One of her coworkers actually commented, "Didn't you say you were getting him to pay for most of it?" She deleted the post within 2 hours. Thursday was the best. Her parents invited me to dinner again. To sort this out like adults, I declined but offered to meet at a neutral restaurant. They agreed. The pitch was incredible. Harold had a whole presentation, literally pulled out charts. Here's what we propose. You and Isabel buy a house together. You put in $50K, we put in $30, but it's 50-50 ownership. So I pay 62% but own 50%. It's about building a future together. With separate finances, as Isabel demanded. Lorraine tried emotional manipulation. Don't you love her? Don't you want her to be happy? I wanted a partner. She wanted a wallet. That's not love. Isabel had been quiet until now, then she exploded. You humiliated me. Everyone knows you pulled out of the house. You humiliated yourself with that prenup ambush. It was for both our protection. No, it was for your protection while using my money. That money means nothing to you. There it was, the entitlement. That money represents 3 years of saving, living below my means, skipping vacations. But to you it's nothing because I have it and you want it. Harold tried one more angle. What if we paid you back over time? Pay me back for what? I haven't given you anything. For your part of the house. What house? The one we didn't buy? The one Isabel couldn't afford alone? They left in a huff. Friday, got a formal letter from a lawyer. Isabel was demanding $50 for detrimental reliance and breach of promise. My lawyer, yes, I got one, laughed for 5 solid minutes, sent back a letter explaining that 1. No money changed hands between us. 2. Withdrawing from a purchase before marriage isn't breach of anything. 3. Her own texts prove she wanted separate finances. 4. Detrimental reliance requires reasonable reliance, and expecting someone to pay for a house while demanding financial separation isn't reasonable. Haven't heard from that lawyer again. Update 2. The escalation went from desperate to delusional. Isabel started telling everyone I'd financially abused her. Created this whole narrative about how I'd trapped her into losing her dream house. Conveniently left out the prenup ambush. Her flying monkeys came out in force. Her book club friends, yoga squad, even her hairdresser messaged me about doing the right thing. My response was consistent. She wanted separate finances. She got them. Then she made a tactical error. She went to my mother. Now my mom is a retired family court judge. She's seen everything. Isabel thought she could manipulate her with tears and sob stories. Mom called me afterward. That girl is something else. She actually said, and I quote, I just wanted to protect myself while building our future with his money. Does she hear herself? What did you tell her? That she should be grateful you showed this much restraint. In my courtroom, I've seen men lose much more to much worse. But the real drama came when Isabel tried to salvage something from the mess. She found another house, smaller, $250K in a less nice area. Wanted to restart our plans. Texted me. Found a cute starter home. You could put down $30, I'll do $20K. Fresh start? We're not together anymore, Isabel. What? Because of one fight? Because you showed me who you really are. I'm trying to compromise. You're trying to get my money, again. She showed up at my apartment that night, with her parents, and a realtor. They'd printed out listings. We can tour tomorrow, she said, like nothing had happened. Isabel, we're done. The wedding is off. That's when it hit her. Really hit her. You're serious? Over a house? Over the prenup ambush? Over calling me a wallet with a ring? Over trying to use me while protecting yourself? Harold stepped forward. Now listen here. Sir, you're trespassing. Leave now or I call the police. Lorraine started crying. We gave her that money for your future together. You gave her that money, period. What she does with it is her business. The realtor, clearly uncomfortable, tried to leave. Isabel grabbed her arm. Show him the listings. The poor woman looked at me. I shook my head. She fled. Isabel went full meltdown. I did everything right. I was protecting our future. You were protecting your future while spending my present. That's what smart women do. Then be smart with someone else's money. They left after more screaming. Several neighbors witnessed it. Building management sent me a letter about disturbances. I sent them the security footage of 3 people forcing their way into the building and camping outside my door. They sent Isabel a formal trespass warning. Final update. The aftermath was spectacular in its stupidity. Isabel tried to keep the wedding venue, thinking I'd cave and come back. Sent me an invoice for my half of the deposits, $8. I replied with screenshots of her everything separate texts. She lost those deposits too. Another $16K gone. Her parents had paid after the house fell through, thinking we'd reconcile. The engagement ring became a battle. She demanded I let her keep it since I'd humiliated her. Legal question. Who keeps the ring when the engagement ends? Answer. Depends on the state, but here, it's a conditional gift. Condition, marriage wasn't met, ring returns to giver. She refused to return it. I had to get a lawyer involved. She finally returned it, but had tried to swap the diamond for a fake. I had it appraised before giving it to her, and after getting it back. Caught red-handed. Her parents threatened to sue for the swap. I threatened to press charges for theft. Ring came back real quick after that. But here's the karma kicker. Remember that $30K her parents gave her? Well, the IRS has gift tax rules. Since they gave it to her, not to us as a couple, and it exceeded the annual exclusion limit, they owed gift tax on it. About $4K they hadn't planned for. Plus, Isabel had to pay income tax on it, since she couldn't prove it was for a home purchase. No house was purchased. Another $6K. So their $30 gift cost them almost $40K total and bought nothing. Isabel's now living with her parents. Lost her apartment because she'd given notice thinking we'd be moving to the house. Still posts about surviving betrayal and rising above toxic relationships. Last week, a mutual friend showed me her dating profile. It says, looking for a real man who isn't threatened by successful women. Must be financially stable and generous. The friend said she's been on dozens of dates. Moment she mentions wanting a prenup, but expecting the guy to pay for dates, dinners, trips, they leave. One guy apparently told her, you want a sponsor, not a spouse. She complained to her friends that men today can't handle independent women. Jade, the friend who tried to negotiate, actually reached out to apologize. Said she didn't know about the wallet with a ring, comment, and other things until after. Apparently, Isabel had been planning this for months. Get me to buy a house, then prenup after to protect her asset value increase. The house we were going to buy sold to another couple for $400K. Under asking. We would have gotten a deal. But we was never real. It was always me funding her dreams while she protected herself. My mom summed it up perfectly. She wanted a donor, not a partner. Thank God you found out before the wedding. I'm doing fine. Took that $50K and invested it, already up 8%. Dating isn't even on my radar right now, but when it is, I'll be looking for an actual partner. Someone recently asked if I regret how I handled it. Honestly, my only regret is not seeing it sooner. The entitlement was always there. The way she'd say, you got this, whenever bills came. How she'd plan expensive trips, then look at me expectantly. The time she said, what's the point of having a boyfriend who makes good money if he doesn't spend it? I thought it was jokes. It wasn't. She wanted my wallet, but not my name. My money, but not my problems. My assets, but not my liabilities. She wanted, what's mine is mine, what's yours is ours. Instead, she got exactly what she asked for, complete financial independence. From me. Forever. Edit. Since people keep asking, yes, the prenup conversation was real. Yes, she actually said those things in front of her parents. No, I don't think all prenups are bad. They can protect both parties. But using one to scam your partner while spending their money? That's just trashy.